All right, heading into week 13 of the fantasy football season, I'm giving you my starts and sits at the running back position. Do me a favor, why don't you comment down below? Tell me your most difficult start sit decision of the week. Drop a like to show some support. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's get straight into it. First though, please note that the Cardinals and Panthers are on bye, so you will not be obviously able to play James Conner, Deonta Foreman. All right, my first start of the week was actually my biggest sit of the week last week on this video series, and that is Dameon Pierce. I did not feel good about the matchup versus Miami. Most of that had to do with the game script that I thought we would see, and I guess I'll toot my own horn here. That's kind of what happened. I mean, when you have Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill on one team, you're going to get blown out, and Dameon Pierce was not involved all that much after that. However, I feel much better about starting him this week versus the Cleveland Browns, who currently give up the second most points to fantasy running backs. They are being dominated on the ground each and every week. This will be an interesting matchup because Deshaun Watson is back from suspension. Will there be some rust? I'm not sure, but I think the Texans can at least make this an interesting game. All the players are going to be up for it. They're going to want to play really well for a guy who didn't want to play for their franchise for whatever reason. So I think Dameon Pierce is going to have a really good game. I'm going to say anywhere from 12 to 15 points in a PPR format. My third start of the week is David Montgomery versus the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers give up the 12th most points to the running back position at the time of recording this. And let's not forget what just happened to them on Sunday Night Football versus Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had one of his best career games, his best game of the season for sure. 21 carries, 143 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 31 fantasy points for Miles Sanders, and the Packers could not stop this run game at all. If it was Sanders or if it was Jalen Hurts, it did not matter. They were being dominated on the ground, and David Montgomery, now that you have no Khalil Herbert, he is getting consistent opportunities. In week 11, he had 21 touches. In week 12, he had, 18 touches? So he is getting the workload, and that's what you want from a starting running back. Montgomery should have a great matchup, a great opportunity here in week 3. All right, let's stay in this same matchup, and let's go with Aaron Jones at the Bears. Chicago, an even better matchup. They give up the 6th most points to fantasy running backs, consistently being dominated on the ground. That's what this defense is known for. They've lost even more playmakers this week. Last week, Aaron Jones touched the ball 16 times. He found the end zone through the air, and he almost had 19 fantasy points. Now, we don't know the status of Aaron Rodgers at this point, but Jordan Love more than showed capabilities of moving the ball. And if Trevor Siemian was able to do it last week at times, I think Jordan Love is going to be able to do it again versus Chicago here in week 13. So I like Aaron Jones. He'll still be the focal point of this offense. And honestly, if you need a desperation start, you could probably put AJ Dillon in that category too. With these next 2 running backs, I'm going to be talking desperation starts. The point of these videos are not to tell you to start Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, the stars. I'm trying to find startable assets for you guys that are kind of on the edge there. Let's talk about Kareem Hunt at the Houston Texans. Obviously we talked about before, it's the Deshaun Watson game, right? So Deshaun Watson will be playing for the first time. I'm curious to see what this offense could look like, but the matchup is incredible for Kareem Hunt. Houston currently gives up the most points to fantasy running backs, so this is the best matchup possible. So while Kareem Hunt is not getting a lot of volume, we anticipate a lot of efficiency here versus Houston. So I'm happy to play Hunt if you need a desperation start. And my 6th start of the week is another desperation start, and that is Zonovan Knight. I am assuming that Michael Carter will not play when I'm making this video. Last week, Zonovan Knight, when Michael Carter went out, he played 18 of the following 22 snaps. And even when Michael Carter was involved, he took the entire James Robinson role, and James Robinson was a healthy scratch. I don't think they're going to rock with him all that much moving forward. Meanwhile, Zonovan Knight looked good with the opportunities that he had. He had some juice, was breaking some tackles, and he had 17 total touches and was very efficient with those touches, including 3 catches in the air, over 12 fantasy points. I like the matchup versus Minnesota. They give up the 10th most points to the running back position. So if Carter's out and they're not going to prioritize James Robinson rather, Zonovan Knight's a good spot start this week. And now I'm going to quickly give you 3 sits of the week at the running back position. Firstly, Devin Singletary at the New England Patriots. I believe this is the Thursday night football game. I could be wrong, but New England is not the matchup you want to have for your running back. They give up the fewest points to the position. Last time out, Devin Singletary had a very good matchup versus the Detroit Lions, but he couldn't even put up 10 fantasy points. Now you're going up against one of the worst defenses for your running back to face. They've done it all year. They've shut down running backs, and this team typically rotates their running backs, and they focus on Josh Allen for points, not their running back room. So I want to sit Devin Singletary. There are better options this week. The same can be said with Jeff Wilson, who faces the second best rush defense in the NFL, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. Last week was supposed to be a smash matchup for Jeff. He had 16 touches versus Houston, managed to get into the end zone, but it was a lackluster performance. I can't trust him versus San Francisco, who just shut down Alvin Kamara. And my third sit of the week is Latavius Murray. Yes, he's a starter. He's getting all the opportunities. But again, Baltimore is a very tough matchup. They give up the 8th fewest points to the position. There should be better opportunities in your starting lineup or on your roster this week. So those are my starts and sits of the week. Comment down below. Let me know your favorites. Let me know ones that you're not sure of. Your most difficult start sit decision. Comment down below. Like the video. And we'll see you in a future one here soon.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.